Okay, we're great. We're back in action. Gurner went, so now it's a creature's turn, correct? Repelner, whose turn is it? I'm so sorry.
I believe it's the creature comes after me.
Okay, so at this moment you see these idols. Again, we'll show you the picture. They're very small and diminutive. As they walk up or try to attack Devin, you're going to get an attack of opportunity against them. Do you have combat opportunity?
Do I have combat
reflex?
reflex?
Yeah. You have combat reflexes?
Yeah. I can attack each one, correct?
Okay, you get. What's your dex?
15 currently.
So you only get. Oh, you get 3, don't you? You get your 1 and then you get your other 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do you want those 3 attacks right now?
Yep. Because they're moving to attack. Okay.
Those were all over the place.
Okay, let's see.
Damage wise, not necessarily attack wise.
Let's see. So one of them you hit. Okay. But you missed the other 2. You did good damage though, that one. Okay.
Yeah, the attack thing seems to be my issue tonight.
Okay, so I'm going to move and I'm going to attack Devin with my little tiki mouth.
Attacks of opportunity all around!
Well, Devin already made them.
Do I have an attack of opportunity as well?
How far are you on the thing? That's a miss.
I'm at the beginning, I guess.
Yeah, at the beginning, so no. So Devin down there.
Oh, the wolf would get it, I guess, because the wolf made it to my level without being entangled.
Then yes, it makes your wolf. He only gets 1 though.
One, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's a miss.
And oh well, I guess he wouldn't get flanking now. He wouldn't get flanking. Nobody's on the other side.
Now we're filling your turn.
I assume that's a face, so may make knowledge nature to see if I can identify it. Yes? No? Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a knowledge check to see if I can identify it positively. I assume so.
Let's see. I'm looking for Arcana.
Arcana! Ooh, interesting. Do I identify that?
You know some things about it. You know that it has this.
Okay. In particular, does it have languages?
You know it. You know this.
That's not useful. Do I have a name for it? Alright. Felner says, yes, unfortunately, they must have gotten that thing along with the idol. I don't believe we have any choice but to kill it. Unfortunate.
Devin, what would you like to do?
I would like for the people on the road to stop playing music so loud. I can see it, so I can attack it, yeah?
Oh, Rafelnir would also say, don't let it near our unfortunate goblin friend, otherwise it may try to create some kind of zombie.
Okay.
Actually, I might be able to do that off the 8.
So you miss.
I shouldn't have said that.
so you miss. So you miss. You miss it, Devin.
Okay, I should climb around to the side of the ziggurat then, I guess, to give my wolf some flanking ability. So I'm going to try that. And yeah, wolf will attack, I guess.
Okay.
Assuming that I have now engaged outflank, I will use that.
Yeah. And
Wow, good attack.
you actually destroy one.
Cool. Ooh, but since I destroyed it, I can't trip anything. Okay, turn over.
Okay. So that is that one. Georgie, what would you like to do? Continue climbing?
No, I'm entangled right now.
Okay.
Break through, so I'll try a strength check. Nope, I'm entangled. So that was a move action. I can try another time. Yeah, that should probably be enough, so I'm not entangled anymore. But that was my entire turn. Next.
Now it is Gurner's turn.
Well, I'm gonna have to spend a turn to load my sling again. So that's my turn.
Devin, does a 21 hit you?
Unfortunately, it does, but blur.
Oh, you're right. Let's see what happens here. Let me roll this. Ah! I don't know what to do. Rafelnir, what would you like to do, sir?
Rafelnir would like to pull at the vines. Rafelnir would like to fail at pulling at the vines. Does Rafelnir manage to get the vines?
No.
No!
Okay, Devin, what would you like to do?
I will attack again to a new creature. Oh, add a +4 to that. I don't think it matters. No, add a +8 to that.
Oh yeah, that matters. And you destroy that.
No, sorry. Hang on. I misspoke. Only a +4. It needs an additional 4 for the outflank.
Okay. You destroyed that one.
Oh, okay. I still hit it. That's amazing.
Okay, you got one more. Which wolf to do?
Wolf will attack the last one.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I hit it.
Still alive?
You want to try to trip it?
I will try.
And you trip it. Georgie, what would you like to do, sir? You see this idol kind of rolling on its side. That is tripped.
Oh, is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so move action, steady target, I guess, and I'll attack once. I think I miss.
It's prone though, so you get a +4.
Oh yeah.
So +4, and Devin's flanking, so you hit it, and you destroy it as well.
Nice.
And at that time, the entire room, the mist clears up. You cannot hear.
And the entangle lasts for another 2 or 3 minutes.
The entangle is gone too, because it disappears with the mist of the Tiki Train curse. At this moment, you see the elf curator on the top kind of come to. You don't hear the jungle music anymore.
Ooh.
Wow.
Felnir is going to address the elf and say, "Hello, one moment." Gonna come to Abi. I was assumed that Devin is no longer large.
Okay.
Rafelnir is going to speak to Abi in Goblin. May whatever Barghest you favored find a place at their side for you. He's like, well, we'd best burn this one.
Yeah, as usual, we have to follow the cycle, but I suppose we might as well be economical and get the apes.
We should eat Arby.
What do you have?
Well, the curse also ends with after. So the curse. So you remember what happened, but you felt like you were riding a vehicle.
We were along for the ride, basically,
Mm-hmm.
watching a movie inside our own heads.
Yes.
Okay, may I request that we wrap up and then do the talk that you mentioned?
Yeah, I mean we got 15 minutes, so we can start to
Real quick, it was... Oh no, I think I got it. I have everything noted down on, like, what the ape did.
Okay. So Nigel, he looks around and he, you can see that the madness has left him as well. And he says, asks you to kind of recall what happened to him. And he's very thankful though. He just tells you he remembers opening up a crate, and seeing the idols, and then everything went blank.
Bonner says, that makes sense. It seems that the idols were not as inanimate as you might have been led to believe.
And he kind of
These creatures called Tifa'an, and he'd relate what he just recalled about them.
he looks, he sees the monkey or whatnot there. He sees the idols, and he says, "We got a mysterious package, but I don't know where this package come from, or he just knows I remember opening the package, and then a huge miss and urge of I guess you say aggression and anger took over."
Yes, I vaguely remember feeling that before... Well, I'm not quite sure where I am now.
He tells you,
It must have been the fact that you opened it and were directly exposed to the idols that caused the rage, whereas we simply got a lesser dose of it as we entered well after the fact.
he said this has to be the gang's doing. I don't know why I was given this. It's just my job to. It doesn't matter. He's like, why are you here? Why are you sitting here? He's like, you just walking by the museum? Were you guests here? He's like, were anybody else hurt? Were there children here? Were there...
We did not find any children. It did not seem like the museum was open, or perhaps those who were within fled at the time. We were here, we were asked to come here, and we have arrived. Gerner, do you... Oh no. I should probably shut up.
I can only remember vagaries of entering here, and we were on a mission, were we not? I believe it was through an acquaintance of yours, Georgie.
Yes. But, I don't remember exactly why, to be fairly honest. They asked us to... What did they want
that's
from Nigel?
We were told that someone here could help us dispel curses.
Yes, we have Gunner here and myself. We've been cursed by a hag, and they told us that maybe you could help us out with that. Maybe some scroll of break enchantment or something, if I recall.
Yes, I believe there was some sort of item that our mutual friend here, the elf, found. But it was...
Yes, and
partially
produces
break
the scroll on a bark.
Yes, it was partially break enchantment, but I believe it's in esoteric something or another language. I'm not quite versed in the worlds, as you might imagine.
He looks at it and says it's polyglot. It is a native tongue of the Milwaukee Expanse.
Yes,
I
that's...
see. Do you speak it well enough to cast it off of this item, or would this be a historical artifact and thus not for use?
He says that I could use this and I could get rid of your enchantment, but it's gonna leave the artifact innate. It's gonna make it worthless. But for saving my life, of course, I don't mind doing it for you. So
Would be so kind.
at that moment, he looks and he starts reciting the ancient polyglot. And Gerner and Georgie, you feel like a burden has been lifted from you.
Whew.
My mind clears more than it already just did.
So we're
Said
skipping
that
the caster level check percent failure.
You said that was a Mwangi language?
He says yes.
Thank you, Nigel. It's
Well,
very
after
much
this
appreciated.
experience, I don't believe I will be vacationing in the Expanse anytime soon.
He
It is
Well,
an extremely hostile place.
he tells you he wants to thank you for saving his life. He says I have maybe something as a reward. I know that you wanted the enchantment broken, but for saving my life in this museum that I've saved. This museum's been in my family for a generation or two. Um, well, a generation. And he doesn't mean like elf generations. He means like since the founding of Magnimar, that he would like you to be compensated for your hard work. He says he has some ancient artifacts that he might could tell you about, give you, but he would hate to part with them, but he'd rather part with the artifacts than part with his life.
Whatever you feel most comfortable with. In turn, we have to tend to our...
That is greatly appreciated.
So we'll use this one just because. And he says to follow me.
I'm
Well,
gonna be
we're walking.
carrying
Raphael would say, so
my little boy.
What's the name of the museum, by the way?
It's just the Magnimar Museum. That's what we're gonna call it.
It's not the Black Cross Museum by any chance?
No.
No, it is, but shoot.
so Raphael would chat him up and say, so, where are you from? I'm from Kayunin myself.
Let me see where he's from.
Unless you don't want to elaborate on this character's backstory, which is totally fine. I know that's, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to elaborate on the character backstory. So he's going to. He's gonna. You know what? He'll actually tell you that he remembers being born in the Milwaukee, but from a young age he learned to read and write and things like that, and then it wasn't safe, and for some reason he just when he as being a child he moved to Magnimar, opened his museum up, and he actually, as a younger man, was commissioned from the first mayor of Magnimar. No, the second mayor of Magnimar, to when he first became mayor, he was commissioned to go and explore and take some of the stone, which is why Magnimar has the name, the City of Monuments. But then, once they were exploring the city, an outbreak of these demon-like demonic ancient spiders broke out and started attacking the cities. And from then, there was a law that no rocks or no stones could be quarried from the ear span. From the bridge. I think that's the ear span as well. The bridge. And that's what he tells you about his backstory. Okay, he's gonna continue going in the boxes, and he looks at he kind of can tell that these were the masks here on the wall, but he looks at this ancient spear here, and he says, "I'm not sure if this is gonna work, so let's see if it works." Okay. You see as he uses this polyglot language, you see the item that seemed to not be magical become magical. As it starts to shake and it goes to like a black red aura. And he pulls it down. And he tells you, he reads something in this tongue. And he says, to you, he asks your name. He says, I didn't quite get your name again.
Oh, I am Raphael.
Raphael. He says, he gives you this and says, this would be an ancient spear of the mightiest warriors of the Milwaukee. It's going to be a +1 vicious spear.
+1 vicious.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He also tells
That's a double-edged spear.
he points and he looks around at this exhibit as he goes here. These large stones. He says these stones were actually found in Milwaukee as well, and he calls them black amethyst. And he gives you one, and he says it should fetch a pretty penny in the underground market here. It's outlawed and illegal. That's why it's here in the museum. But he says you should be able to get a pretty penny in the underground marketplace here in the city. He continues to walk around. Let me see something. Let me see.
So who is writing this down? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be the pack horse, I guess. So a +1 vicious spear.
Use my masterwork backpack.
Yes, I got your backpack.
Was it a spear or a long spear?
Long. No, spear.
Cool.
So the amethyst?
Yeah, black amethyst. He gives you. He pulls out 3 scrolls as well. He says here, for dispelling the curse on me, I'm going to give you these 3. He gives you a scroll of false life, a scroll to spell magic, and a scroll of cure moderate wounds.
Cure moderate. He can't do anything with the cure moderate, so he'd hand that over to our hunter friend.
Yeah, he had to go, so just hold on to it for next time.
Okay.
Okay, and he says, that's really all I can afford to give you without, going into the security of his museum. And now this is happening, he's going to have to find new work. He's going to have to keep this quiet, please. He says, don't let anybody know. This is for me being overzealous.
Of course. And may I recommend, anytime you have a body in the museum, bolt it to its exhibit in case it gets up, in case it finds a spark of animation.
He gives you a chuckle, and he says, well, I want it to look more realistic, but I guess you do make a good point.
Very good. And I expect I shall visit your museum in more pleasant times. Good luck on your ventures.
Now we have to give our little friend the pyre he deserves. And not because our employer insists upon it.
Conducting a use of oil. Yeah, so whatever ceremony. Like, goblins like fire. It's only fitting that he goes out on one.
Or eating him. Either burn him or eat him.
Well, one's an evil act. The other is funeral rites. I would at least take him outside, and, I'd quickly ask if he cares if we, dispose of the apes in much the same way, if he didn't have plans for them. If he wants to taxidermize them, by all means. But if Nigel doesn't want ape corpses for taxidermy or displays, then I would ask if we just burn them all with Obby, since we're doing it anyways.
Okay, well, that is the session for tonight. We can roleplay what you want to do with Obby's body next week as well. I know the combat was a little frustrating and tedious, but they're all going to be that. Not all of them, but most of them are going to be that way for now on.
It just got me for a moment, but I look back and there wasn't really. It's fine.
So anyways, everyone viewing, have a good night. I know it's a short second video, but thank you for my players, and rest in peace to little man Obby. He was fun while he lasted. But what's the saying? All the good die young.
Well, all goblins die young.
Bye, Obby.
All goblins die young. Everyone have a good night.